Hello and welcome to Smokin' Joe Gamer Holiday Buying Guide 2022, Episode 9, Sonic Origins. And let's take a look here, make sure it's working. Yep, here we go. Pardon me. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Alright, so here we are. This is the Sonic Origins collection on PS5. And as you can see, I got the Platinum Trophy. Although I didn't actually clear the story mode. Story mode just presents all the games in order, but I don't like Sonic CD, so I couldn't get through that part. So, no, it's a neat collection. So as you can see, you've got Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles. And then you've got some extra missions you can do. And you don't have to do all of them to get the Platinum, but I did a bunch of them. And they're pretty cool, some of them. And you go over to the museum here, and you've got songs and stuff you can unlock. Oops. So like you've got some remixes and stuff. Yeah, see? Isn't that cool? Oh, Visual Night. I was hoping you'd see this. Yeah, this is for you, buddy. You're the biggest Sonic fan I know. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool if you get the remixes in the game? And it would be great if we could have gotten the original Sonic 3 music instead of the prototypes, but, you know, oh well. Yep, so you got all that stuff and then illustrations. So I have streamed this before, but I was thinking I would just try to do a full playthrough of Sonic 3. Yeah, so you can play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles in the first 3 games, and Sonic and Knuckles, obviously. So just to start off, there's some missed opportunities here, unfortunately. I'll go over that first before I get into the stuff that I like. So I'm just going to jump right into Anniversary Mode. Yeah, exactly. It's Michael Jackson, yeah. Fuck that guy. Alright, so as you can see, I beat it with Tails and got all the emeralds. And I started a game with Knuckles. Okay. Let's see. I'll just do Sonic. Oh, but then, what happens if I go over here? Oh, no, that's where you delete stuff. Okay. No save. Yeah, you don't want to do a no save. Yeah, let me just do this. So, you have Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is fine. That's what happens when the 2 games are combined. You can play every stage as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. But just for the sake of, like, being a complete collection, I just wondered if they could have let you play Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, like, the standalone versions of those games. Just a thought. Oh, there is? Hang on. Audio delay. I don't know how to fix it. It's probably from the capture card. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Let me bring this up here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm getting some delay going from the... Yeah, I'm getting some sound delay because of the capture card, but no visual delay. And then... So what happens is when I do something in the game, I have to wait a few seconds to hear the sound, and then it takes a few more seconds when I hear it played through Twitch. Alright. I don't know what to do. Ah, well, whatever. It can't be helped. Sorry. Yeah, there's like a 5-second delay before I hear the sound through my headphones. But it could also be that the, I wonder if the webcam is picking up the sound here. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. That's weird, but it wasn't in my other streams, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Maybe it's just the game. Who knows? All right, so sorry about that. Yeah, so if there's an audio delay, I apologize, but not a whole lot I can do about it. And it could just be a result of streaming from the capture card. I'd have to recheck my Horizon Forbidden West stream. Yeah, well, I mean, the game itself is 60 FPS, and the stream, the capture card is doing 1080p at 60 FPS. So, I don't know. I mean, if I was streaming directly from the console, it would be faster, but then I wouldn't be able to use the webcam, so... Oh, well. So, of course, I have to try to get the Chaos Emeralds, right? Because that's the real object of the game. Even if you beat Robotnik, if he gets them emeralds, it's all over. Oh, I just resubscribed to Netflix, so now I can watch that Sonic series that was new this year. So I'm going to check that out. Where are the other... Oh, they're there. Alright, cool. I think it reached maximum velocity on that one. Oh, okay. Good to know. Wait, it's fixed. Okay. Sure. Oh, okay. Good. Alright. So what they did was they updated it to a 16:9 aspect ratio by actually widening the viewing distance on both sides. So, no! I just wanted the shield, damn it. Oh well. I mean, maybe I should try to play a little bit of each one, I don't know. This is the best one. Yeah. Crap with the music, yep. So last time I tried to play Sonic 1, I got stuck on Labyrinth Zone. That was annoying. And the last time I played Sonic 2, I was playing as Knuckles, and I couldn't beat the final boss during the stream. And when I tried to play story mode, I made it up to Sonic CD, and then I don't like Sonic CD, so did not end up beating that. At least not on stream. And so, in this anniversary mode, yes, it's a 16:9 aspect ratio with a wider presentation so you can see further to each side. But then you collect coins instead of lives, and you can spend coins to replay bonus stages and stuff, and buy items in the gallery that I showed off. But I mean, the original games are available in other formats, or you just download the ROMs, whatever. So if you were to play Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 on the Genesis Mini Console or Switch Online, you would just be getting the original versions, which is fine. But you have save states. Although you can't play as Knuckles in those versions of Sonic 2. But what's cool about this too, though, is this is, you know, official versions of the game where you can play as Knuckles or Tails in Sonic 1, which I think is cool. Normally, those are only available through ROM hacks. Where you at, Blue Spheres? Now, if they really wanted to screw with us, they could have made it so that on the Knuckles bonus stage, you have to get red spheres and avoid blue ones, but that would have been pretty mean. I'm just going in circles here. Where are the spheres? Oh god. Oh! Oh. Now that I'm going like 1,000,000 miles per hour. Holy shit. Well, I don't call it Twitch for nothing. You gotta have twitchy reflexes, huh? Yep. Oh yeah, Scrap Brains. No. Scrap Brain Zone. Never liked that one either. Stage 3, yeah. So this game introduced the shields, but only Sonic can use the special abilities. Okay, so I'm stopping right here for a second because just some background on this game. Sonic 3 released, had 6 stages. You could play as Sonic or Tails. Then Sonic and Knuckles came out, and that was a big deal when it came out because it was a cartridge with an extra cartridge slot on the top. So when you combine the two games together, you could play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles in all of the levels from both games. But you could also play each game separately. So when playing the first game originally, you'd see something like this, where it's like, well, how the fuck do I get in there? Who knows? And then when you're playing as Knuckles, you're able to bust through there instead of going up here. Because so Knuckles can't make it up here, and even if he could, he can't jump high enough to get over to there. So that's what would end up happening was playing this for the first time was a big deal because it's like, oh cool, there's other parts of the level that I can go to with Knuckles. Very cool. And what's even more fun is if you knew the stage select code and you turned on debug mode, then you could just explore the levels that way, and you could see where Knuckles goes when he runs away. But man, these kids today, they don't even know. Back in my day, we had to buy both games and combine the cartridges together. And then what really blew my mind was when, wait a minute, what happens when I put other games onto the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge? It's like, well, then you get other things. You can play as Knuckles in Sonic 2, but if you put it in any other game, then you would get a bunch of special stages like this. So it was pretty neat. And then you had people who would just, you go to school and people would just blatantly lie. They'd be like, oh yeah, I combined it with NBA Jam and I got to play as Knuckles in that game. It's like, no you didn't, liar. And of course these stages made their way back into Sonic Mania. But you have to get a perfect score to get a gold medal, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. So just some other missed opportunities here. I mean, you're getting Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, and Knuckles. That's all good and well, great games. But, you know, would it have killed them to just include Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Knuckles Chaotix? Could they have maybe included Triple Trouble, Sonic Chaos, you know? So there's no Master System or Game Gear games on here. So, I mean, just, if they were looking to do like a complete collection, then that would have been really cool. But apparently that wasn't the focus. When you look at like the Cowabunga collection, that's a lot more games for the same price, right? When you look at that new Atari collection that just came out, you're getting like 100 games, including some Jaguar games that were never ported out to other systems, right? So it would have been just would have been a good opportunity to finally do something with, you know, some of those games. And then Knuckles can also go down that way, but Sonic can't. Oh, never mind. Oh, I forgot. I lied. But that's what I mean. In each level, when you first played Sonic 3, you may have noticed a few odd things. And it turns out that was just the way that Knuckles had to go. Oh! That was stupid. Yeah, the audio delay is less on my end, too. Okay. Probably something with the capture card. Yeah, I'm only getting about 1 second of delay now. Okay, that's good. That's acceptable. And just as there were paths that only Knuckles could take, there were also situations where he could not follow Sonic's path because he couldn't jump high enough, or he couldn't stick to the walls in that spot. So you can see how they, like, the game was originally, it got split in half is basically what happened, so that's fine. And I'm just trying to show up all of the various bonus stages. Ah, fuck you. Give me back my rings, you bastard. Thank you. Yeah, no. So this is also an opportunity to get extra continues and stuff, which is always nice. If you can collect 50 rings during this stage, then you get an extra continue. So here you just keep running. Now if you buy the Genesis mini console, it does include Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic Spinball. And then if you were to get the Genesis Mini 2 system, that has Sonic 3D Blast on it. And then Sonic 3D Blast was ported to the Saturn, had much better sound quality, and had a much better bonus stage, too. It had the similar bonus stage to what you get in Sonic 2, which I always thought was cool. So I always preferred that version of the game. Oh, that was a dumb mistake. Oh boy. Tails. Tails sucks. And when you play as Tails, he can fly, so, you know, that gives you some interesting opportunities. And I can confirm that the original stage select codes work. Yeah, so the biggest threat here is, you know, accidentally falling to your death on the sides there. And if you're playing as Tails, then you can fly up there to hit that sooner. So that's why for a lot of speed runs, people tend to pick Tails. But you gotta play as Sonic to get the true final stage. Oh man, you don't even know. First time playing this game and Knuckles comes out, it was like, who is that guy and why is he so mean? But also, why is he so awesome? I was in like 3rd grade when this game came out and everybody at school, we were just like, Knuckles. Did you see Knuckles? Yo, Knuckles rocks. Alright, so... real quick, I'm going to back out here. So that's Anniversary mode. Now, if I were to play Classic mode, see how it switches to a 4:3 aspect ratio, and there's different wallpapers you can put in the background. And you can also see how my save files are not present. So, it still definitely treats it like a separate version of the game. So, in Classic mode, it's just what you'd expect. You get rings to get lives, you don't collect coins, it's 4:3. So, same exact game, just slightly different visual presentation. So there is that. Yeah, so I was just thinking, what if the blue spheres were red and then the red ones were blue when you play as Knuckles? Well, that would just be confusing. So. Actually, there was a Game Genie code you could put in where if you get one blue sphere, you automatically win the stage and get the emerald. So that was always neat. So you have that. And then you've got Mirror mode. Oh yeah, and you have these short little animated sequences right before the start of each game normally. And we are hearing a remixed version of Hidden Palace Zone, or Lava Reef Zone. When Robotnik meets Knuckles. So he tells him this whole story about how he's the protector of the animals and Sonic is Furiable. Yep. And he's like, alright, let's team up. There you go. So, Mirror mode is 16:9, but do not have all of my save files. But now we're just going backwards, so... So this is just meant to screw with your muscle memory. Just going left instead of right. And, yeah, that's pretty wild. I wonder if there's any changes to the bonus phase here. So as you can see, you have 3 different ways to play each game, plus all 3 characters available, which is nice. But now you can't do Classic and Mirror at the same time. Like, whatever. Alright, so let's see if I can get, this code to work. Sega. Nope, didn't. Oh, I got it! I got it, okay. So, as soon as the screen turns black, you press up, up, down, down, up, 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 as fast as humanly possible. That unlocks the sound test. So, and here you go. Here's all the, here's your stage select. Sorry. And then, so Azure Lake, Balloon Park, these are all the stages from the 2-player versus mode. But, unfortunately, they removed the debug mode. Alright, so, if you don't recognize these songs, it's because they're the new prototype music. So... Yeah. So we get this instead of what was supposed to happen in Zone 6, Launch Zone. So now, you can actually skip to Doomsday Zone, which is normally only available if you're playing as Sonic and you got all the emeralds. Oh, that's interesting. They let you warp directly to the boss in Lava Reef and Death Egg. Okay. So there you go. You have that, yeah, boss rush mode, I think I did before. Let's just see here. Oh, apparently I'm not very good at Marble Zone. Okay. Oh, there's other options here, too. Oh, I turned off anti-aliasing. Why did I do that? Who knows? You can also get the Japanese or European box art. That's cool. And you have all these extra backgrounds. I just thought Metal Sonic looked the coolest there. So there you go. Mission mode. See, these are cool because they took parts of existing levels and just kind of moved things around using the same assets and stuff. So, but then you have stuff like this where, yeah, so they like kind of move shit around. Oh yeah, okay, the anti-aliasing just kind of makes things look a little blurry. So. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Glad you had fun at Game Jam. So yeah, the challenge here, as you can see, is try to get through this level with 0 rings. Yeah. And then you get a ranking depending on how quickly you can do it. So there's a reason why I didn't beat that one. And then because I paid the extra money, I end up getting these extreme ones. Wait. Oh, I have to, like, fly into them? No, I have to kill them... What? Hang on. Okay, I have to glide into them in midair. Got it. Okay. I have to be gliding when I hit them. Got it. Yeah, see how it's already knocked me down to a B? And it's, yeah. So, there's your extreme challenges, and obviously I didn't beat those yet. I did the number that I needed to in order to, yeah. I did what I needed to do to get the final trophy here. That's interesting. So, it's a familiar scene, but it's going faster, and there's additional obstacles, and there's enemies and shit. How about that? Oh, really? Okay. Anti-aliasing causes lag. Yeah, and it makes it look really blurry, too. No. Alright, cool. But now the thing is, I got all these extra coins, but nothing to spend them on because I already got 100% of the items. I was wondering why I shut this off, and it's because it makes it look worse. Okay. So yeah, Anniversary Mode and Classic Mode for all these games. And like I said, you can't just play the standalone versions of Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles. Not that you need to, but it just would have been interesting. And then you can zoom in on these islands here and stuff. I bought the deluxe edition, and I'm still not entirely sure what it included. Okay, so to get this code, you just keep hitting up, down, left, right over and over again, and eventually you'll hear the ring. Yeah, though, yeah, classic mode is, yep, 4x3. That's the only real difference. And then so after Scrap Brain, you go to the final stage, which just totally sucks. Oh, you can give yourself extra lives. Oh, you can enable, so this is something they added, is you can enable spin dash, speed caps. So Sonic 1 spikes means if you land on spikes, you die. You just keep getting hit till you're dead. And then you can add in extra items from the later games if you want. Maximum Emerald 6 or 7, sure. And then, of course, your sound test. That is deciding not to work right now. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sonic 2 was brutal. Sega! Oh, there he is. Knuckles. So we can officially play as Knuckles without having to install a ROM hack. So, it's totally fine. It's fun. Although I don't know if you can actually get, like... I don't think you can get Super Sonic, Super Knuckles, Super Tails. I don't think any of them are present in this game. There was no... Super Sonic didn't come out till Sonic 2 anyways. So... Right. Sonic 1 never had Super Sonic. Now... When I was playing Sonic 2 on this collection, I made it to the, whatchamacallit, the mine level, and I accidentally fell into a hole and unlocked an additional stage that I had never seen before because I didn't play, like, the mobile versions of this. It was like this kind of, almost like a hidden palace type zone that I didn't know about until I played this collection, so that was nice. Nice surprise there. I hate the special stage in Sonic 1, by the way. Can't stand it. I like the music, but every other aspect of it is a pain in the ass. Yep, okay. Nick Arcade! Oh, man. I remember that show. Well, hell, I remember arcades. We don't have those anymore, either. Not where I live, anyways. But wasn't there a Sonic arcade game that first introduced the armadillo and the flying squirrel? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. They made it specifically for the show. Excellent. Yeah, when I was a kid, it's like sometimes somebody would accidentally say Sega the Hedgehog or Sonic Genesis, and we would just be like, "You idiot! You said it wrong, stupid!" Yeah. It's like that episode of The Simpsons. "Mom, you idiot!" The kid's at the mall yelling at his mom, and then Bart steals the game and gets caught. What was it, Bone Storm? Welcome, Thrill House. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. So. So Sonic CD and Sonic 2 were developed concurrently by different teams. And that's why they're kind of different games. So personally, I didn't play Sonic CD until I was older, and I don't care for it. But I can see what they were trying to do. Like it was kind of explained to me that if you really look at the level design, yeah, it may be kind of annoying, but the object of the game is to try and hit the future and past signs. And so you can see how the levels are designed to be puzzles. You've got to find the right spot where you can get enough speed to go through the sign. And that was something where it's like, I guess I didn't really pick up on that. I always thought this game had horrible level design, but it's really just all meant to be a big puzzle. And the music is good in this game. Sounds like a lot of, like, 90s pop music. Which is fine. But it does seem like it does seem like Sonic CD was more focused on the pinball aspects of Sonic, whereas Sonic 2 was more focused on the platforming. That's the impression that I got. So. What am I doing here? Ow. Oh, I was supposed to just get past that. So. Ow. I think this is the... Yeah, I think it auto-saved in the last level. Yep. So I already beat this. Ow. Yeah. I don't like this game. That's what I thought, yes. Yuji Naka did Sonic 2, Naoto Oshima did Sonic CD. Yes. Okay. And I've since heard that Naka is just notoriously difficult to work with and kind of insane. And he made Balan Wonderworld, and it was awful. So, there you go. So at this point, you've seen all the games. When you go into museum and illustrations, you can see art from various Sonic games and manga and whatnot. Yeah, so there's some really cool stuff in here, but you can see they did include the cover art of all of the other Sonic games from that time period. Sonic Drift was a Game Gear game, I think. Oh yeah, Wacky Worlds was a weird kind of kids Sega game. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, just some neat stuff. Definitely some pieces of history here. So, this is a holiday buying guide. So is this game worth buying? Yes, absolutely. It's a vital piece of video game history from when Sega tried to take down Nintendo. The Genesis was meant to compete with the NES, and it didn't do so well in its first few years, but it seems like once Sonic came out, everybody wanted a Genesis, including me. And then the Super Nintendo, yeah, was a good system, but I'd say the two were pretty much equal. I like the Genesis, I like the sound card, and there's plenty of great games on it. I just, when it comes to cross-platform games, I prefer the Genesis versions because that's what I grew up with, and I just prefer how the Genesis sound card is. That's my opinion. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, I heard about all that insider trading crap. Serves them right, those bastards. Now, the Sonic 2 stage select code is a little more complicated. You gotta do a bunch of stuff in sound test, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh, it's cool how when I continued, it actually was at the checkpoint I was on, so that's good. And Sonic 3 was the first game to let you save your game, and that was a big deal when it came out, because the other games you had to beat in one sitting. And Sonic 2 is not that short. So yeah, obviously if you grew up with the games like I did, and you want to have just a good collection, and considering the fact that Sega delisted some of the other games on other platforms, yeah. This is your best option to play these Sonic games. If you've never played Sonic games or any of these old games, then it's still worth buying because you should play them, because they're a vital part of history, and hey, they're a hell of a lot better than some of the NES and Atari games you could be playing, right? 1965 917. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's Naka's birthday. Okay, got it. That makes sense. I always wonder what those numbers meant, but yeah, now that I'm looking at it, 1965, okay. Makes sense. Oh, I love when I get that just right. I mean, I could be a speedrunner if I had the patience. So like many kids, I was about 8 years old, so I would have been, I think it was 1992, or maybe it was 93 when I got the Genesis. And I got the Genesis 2 system that included Sonic 2. That was a Christmas gift, and it was like best Christmas ever. Now, when my mom bought the system at FuncoLand, I think they had a promotion where they included an extra game, or she just bought an extra game, I don't know. But they decided to give her Altered Beast, claiming, oh, he'll love it. No. First of all, no one loves that game. That game fucking sucks. Secondly, I was like 10 years old, and that game scared the shit out of me. When the Grim Reaper shows up and says, welcome to your doom, it scared the crap out of me. So we went back to FuncoLand, we returned that game, they let us exchange it for something else, and I ended up getting Mick and Mac Global Gladiators, which was also a shitty game, but I was able to beat it eventually when I got older. I should have got those rings first. Oh well. Yeah, sometimes I play through these games and I'm just like, screw the Chaos Emeralds. Oh, okay. Oh, that's neat. Okay. So, when you were 6, you got the Genesis at FuncoLand. Yeah, FuncoLand is what existed before GameStop and Electronics Boutique. And in fact, in Waterbury, Connecticut, there's a GameStop where FuncoLand used to be. And actually, that's where my mom got my Sega Saturn when I was like 11 or 12. Yes. Sonic 2 is a pain to get the emeralds, but at least in this version, you can use your coins to keep retrying the stage, which is nice. And then you said you got Sonic 1 and Alien Storm. Cool. And then Sonic 2 you mailed in to get. That was nice. Yeah, and then I ended up getting Dynamite Headdy, Ristar, Battletoads Double Dragon. That was a cool game. And Beyond Oasis is probably one of my favorite Genesis games. So Beyond Oasis is the first game that I ever was able to speedrun back when speedrunning wasn't really a thing and I didn't know what it was anyways. So I just loved that game so much that I just played through it over and over and over again to a point where I could beat it in about 80 minutes, I think. But I always missed 10 of the gems because I didn't know about the hidden underground fighting arena place. So, yeah. So Beyond Oasis. First game I could speedrun. And I think it was just a couple years ago, maybe, that somebody finally did a speedrun at GDQ for that. I've heard people say that the You're Drowning music gave them, like, PTSD. Ooh. Ah. God damn it! Just let me out of the fucking water, you stupid bugs. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Sears. We used to buy games at Sears, too. Oh, you know, my mom got royally pissed because... Like, okay, so I think she got a used Sega Saturn at FuncoLand or something because there was already data on the hard drive. But then we had gone to, I think it was Sears, we went to, and so for the Saturn, if you bought one there, it came with that disc that had Virtua Fighter, Daytona, and Virtua Cop on it. And we wanted to buy it, and they're like, well, it's not for sale, it's included with the console, it's not sold separately. And my mom's like, yeah, but why can't we just buy it? I have money. You have all these extra copies, like, we'll give you $50 for it, whatever, like, and they wouldn't budge. They said, no, that disc only comes with people who buy a brand new console. Yep. So, and then I remember we went to Toys R Us one time, and I bought Sonic 3D Blast, and for some reason I thought it was supposed to come with the 3D controller. I thought I read that somewhere. So my mom is like in the store arguing with the salespeople, like, is he supposed to get a controller with this game? They're like, no. And she's like, but he thinks that he's supposed to get a controller with this game, so can you double check that for me? And they just were like, no, 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 that's not how it works. And then at some point we went back and I bought the copy of Nights into Dreams that included the 3D controller. So, if you do want to get into Saturn collecting and stuff, then I strongly suggest getting the 3D controller. Because it's really cool. I don't know. Alright, so I keep dying in the same spot, so. Nobody beats the Wiz! Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody gonna beat the Wiz. Oh man, I remember that place. Yeah, I got it again. Crazy Eddie, I never heard of that one. You can get this collection on PS5, Series X, Switch, PC, whatever. I got a PS5 copy because I just felt like it. But I already have all the ROMs on the computer. I already have the whole collection of Genesis games on Steam, and I did confirm in my Steam Deck video that the Genesis Collection is functional on there, on Steam Deck. You know, this is a tough game to play and stream at the same time. Of course, back in the day, if you loaded up my physical copy of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you would see all of my save files were full, and they all had all of the Hyper Emeralds. So this was another game that I just played through constantly as a kid. So if I ever really wanted to get into speedrunning, then yeah, I can think of plenty of Genesis and NES games I'd want to try. Although I'm not really good with like pixel perfect stuff and frame perfect jumps and all that. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember how in the original version, if you're playing as Knuckles or Tails, I think, yeah, you didn't have super versions, you only had Hyper. You had to get all the Hyper Emeralds just to get one form. It wasn't like Sonic. But those forms were pretty friggin' awesome. Yeah, in this version you can get Super Tails, Super Knuckles. Now, I don't know if this was true in the original versions of these games, but when I got all the regular Chaos Emeralds, it wouldn't let me start getting the Hyper ones until I made it to Mushroom Hill, but that could have been true originally. But, I mean, just playing this makes me really want Sonic Mania 2, but I don't think we'll ever get that. Yeah, and I haven't played Sonic Frontiers since I streamed it, but I made it to the boss of the second island. I didn't try to fight him yet, though. And then Sonic Generations was good. That had some good 2D levels. But it's like I was saying in the Sonic Origins video, like, the physics are different than they used to be, you know? Because when Sonic 4 came out, I remember saying, like, okay, this is... I definitely want to play this, and it had some good levels, but ultimately it was like, this just doesn't feel like Sonic to me. It's just, the physics were weird. You know? But then Sonic Mania was great because it was like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm playing the originals. This is cool. I'm happy with this. Oh, what did I do? Oh, why did I do that? Alright, I salvaged it. Oh, okay. Got it. Yep. So after playing this version, it is a little weird to go back to the regular ROM, and the bonus stage is weird in that one. Oh, damn it. Why did that happen? It's weird because it's like 30 FPS in the original game, I think. Alright, I got it. Most bosses I can get in one phase at least. Oh yeah, and sometimes this happens. Yep. 11 o'clock, alright. So, I've been meaning to try to start streaming earlier, but oh well. Yeah, the only thing is that there are sections where I've died in weird ways in this version that I don't remember happening to me before. I think there's a couple spots where the physics are a little different, and you get smushed in places where you normally wouldn't. But again, I see this as kind of the definitive version of the game, so definitely worth picking up on any platform, really. So, a good collection with some missed opportunities. That's all. I mean, the Game Gear and Master System games weren't really good anyways, but... And Knuckles Chaotix was a fucking train wreck. Knuckles Chaotix is the reason why I almost got a 32X, and I really think I dodged a bullet on both of those things. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's good to know. So Genesis had to run at turbo mode. Is that blast processing? Poor Knuckles. I was playing another game recently, and it was kind of, and I was just talking about how you notice kind of almost like this like environmentalism message in some 90s games. And so it's interesting to look at some of the stages in the Sonic games. So in Sonic 2, you had Chemical Plant Zone, you had Oil Ocean Zone, right? And then and you could see all the things that Robotnik was doing to the environment with his mining operations and his corporations and whatnot. So it's interesting to realize that, like, Knuckles is literally an indigenous tribesman just trying to protect his people and his island from a corporate death squad, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Woke AF. Oh, come on, no! Alright, you don't lose them all, you lose 100, which is still fucking stupid. Why did I even go to this stupid bonus stage? Not like I needed the rings or anything. Oh, well. So at this point, you just haven't seen the gumball stage, but that's okay. Yeah. 90s wokeness was just, hey, maybe we should carpool and, you know, stuff like that. Ride together and save. Don't do drugs. Yeah, that was like 90s wokeness. Don't do drugs, sucker! Ow. Go! Yeah, there's no Karens in this game, no. I mean, there were Karens in the 90s, but yeah. Yeah, and then, like, Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkatron was... If you think about it, wasn't it kind of an attack on the tourism industry? Because that's what it was. All the Earthlings were ruining the planet. Yeah, and then so Dynamite Headdy was the start of the Screen Actors Guild, you know? All these Broadway stars getting screwed over by Trouble Bruin and the Bear. Yeah, that was, yeah, Dynamite Headdy was, actors deserve better wages, damn it, and better working conditions. Ristar was an evil intergalactic emperor who imprisons the hero, and then the hero's son has to save the galaxy. Yeah. Wokeness, man. Decap Attack. I didn't play that game. On Earthworm Jim was just fucking weird. I love that game. That game is so fucking hard, but it's like, man, it was fun. Like, they don't make games like that anymore. Yeah, this stage is long. Both acts of this stage are long. You got that little drill bozo. But, I mean, people just don't even know just how amazing these graphics were at the time. I mean, this looks as good or better than most Super Nintendo games. And the sound quality, of course. Really good soundtrack. Kind of makes you wonder why they kept releasing Master System games after this came out, you know? Hey, a Vector Man, that was... Yeah, whatever the Vector Man, you get to the end and the main boss is like trying to create a giant tornado or some shit. Oh, you know, and I also forgot, like, right in Mushroom Hill Zone, remember, you have the robot who's chopping down trees? And Robotnik has the weather machine. And then Angel Island Zone in Sonic 3, we just saw that he had the airships bombing the whole place and burning all the forests down. So... that's what Robotnik is. He represents corrupt corporations. And something like he wanted to get the Chaos Emeralds to create nuclear weapons or something, I think. Okay. Got it. Sometimes I wonder if I should just stream Genesis games all day, every day. Like, why not? I was trying to play Alicia Dragoon the other day, and that game's hard because you only have one life. So as many of you are probably aware, if you buy the Switch Online expansion pack, you do get a bunch of Genesis games. So $50 a year gets you all the benefits of regular Switch Online, plus you can play N64 and Genesis games, which is nice. But no option for a 16:9 aspect ratio like you can get on the Genesis mini console. What is Tails doing? Oh, I keep hearing these sounds. It's like, what the hell? Ah, fuck. If you're going fast enough, you can jump over two of them. but then you just gotta be careful. I got it. Speaking of kids, yes, my stream is labeled as mature audiences because I swear a lot. And for no other reason. Occasionally I tell dirty jokes. Occasionally. But the most egregious thing I do is I tell dad jokes sometimes. I'm not a dad, but I got the best dad jokes, let me tell you. I mean, I don't mean to talk about, like, dolphins so much, but, you know, I don't do it on purpose. Yeah, and I had a horrible sliver stuck in my finger, but eventually it got out of hand. So, I'm also, I am an atheist who still celebrates Christmas, because for me it's about family and stuff. I just come from a very Christian family, Catholics and Lutherans, and that's fine, that doesn't bother me at all. But, you know, so to me it's like Christmas, I celebrate it because my family celebrates it, and I like to spend time with them. So. Now, if someone walks up to me on the street and says, Merry Christmas, I say, you too. If they say, Happy Holidays, I say, you too. It's not worth getting into an argument over. What difference does it make? There are like hundreds of holidays that get celebrated during the winter solstice. You know? And, you know, you go back to like Egyptian and Norse mythology, Greek mythology, it's always the same. It's, you know, born of a virgin on the 25th of December, and it's always, you know, you look at the similarities between Jesus, Horus, and Dionysus, or whatever his name is. So, that's my suggestion, is no matter what somebody says to you during the holidays, just say, you too. Just be nice. Don't be a dick. Oh, Eggman is kid-friendly now? Okay. Yeah, now he's just kind of a goofball. I saw this, like, random clip of, from one of the animated series. It's, like, right at the end of the series. Robotnik is talking to, Rogue, the vampire girl. And just out of nowhere, he's like, you have big boobs. It's like, what? Like, oh, you just noticed it on the last episode of the show? Ah! Sonic X, okay. Yeah, so I only watched the original Sonic series that had Jaleel White and had those two robots. Like, that was awesome. I love that show. Yeah, so Steve Urkel was the voice of Sonic at one point, in case you didn't know. And if you don't know who Steve Urkel is, then get the fuck out of here. See, there was a show called Family Matters. It was double entendre. So I finished all my Christmas shopping, went way over budget, but it's okay. And I bought myself the Steam Deck, That was my gift to myself. And I already did my video, so check that out if you haven't already. It's on YouTube. And, yeah. So just last night on the Steam Deck, like, I knew I could do it, but I hadn't tried it yet. I went on to, I installed Chrome on there already, so I was able to just go to, like, Hulu.com to just stream video. So even though you don't have the video streaming apps, you can still go to the websites, which is great. And it looked pretty good on that screen. Okay. So maybe here's something that you might know. On my Chromebook, when I use the different streaming apps like Prime Video, Paramount Plus, Peacock, the video will like keep flickering, and then sometimes this green line will show up at the bottom. When I looked it up online, it said it had to do with hardware accelerated encoding, but when I turn that off, it won't let me watch the videos at all. So I'm not really sure what to do with that. Dang it. Okay, gotcha. That's what I figured. I think it's up to date, but I can double check, or I can even send a message to HP. But that's why I just think if I have to like go to the websites and stream everything anyways, then I can just do it on the Steam Deck instead of the Chromebook if I want. Maybe I'll just get rid of the stupid Chromebook because it sucks on your face. So Chromebooks cannot really handle Android software unless you get a really expensive one. So that's what I'm talking about. That's just what I'm talking about. Why did I get smushed there? I swear to God, that never happened to me in the original game. So there are some minor changes to the physics here and there, where you just sometimes get randomly smushed. Yeah, if I tried to be a speedrunner, I'd have to spend a lot of time getting good at this fucking stage, let me tell you. That was weird. Now, something that Visual Night and I have talked about before was when you get to Carnival Night Zone, there's a spot where you're riding on this thing that goes up and down, and you're locked in a little room. And I tell you, as a kid, I didn't know that you could just keep pressing up and down to eventually go low enough to jump off of. So I would plug in my turbo controller and just like hold down turbo buttons and just do all this weird shit. And then sometimes Sonic would just fall through the ground. Sometimes he'd get stuck in the wall because I just didn't know the trick to it. And I swear to you, it is possible for Knuckles to go Sonic's path in Carnival Night. So what's cool about this part is if you're playing as Tails by himself, then he'll just, you just gotta keep hitting Robotnik with your, with his, helicopter tails. Now, if you're playing as just Sonic, though, Tails will still show up here to help you. Yeah. The shitty prototype music. God damn you, Michael Jackson's estate. So the thing I never understood about him, though, is how can you, like, proclaim yourself the king of pop? And how can you even say that? His music wasn't even that good. Like, fuck him. I don't like Michael Jackson. Remember Michael Jackson's Moonwalker? That was still a cool game, though. People mob the game over this? Okay, yeah. Yeah, this... I tell you, that when I was finally able to beat this level and go to Ice Cap Zone, it was like, that was like the happiest day of my life. I was like, I finally beat this goddamn level. And you can also see as I get further in the game, I, like, forget the locations of all the big rings, too. See, what's cool about playing with two players is that the other person is Tails, and they're basically immortal, and they can still hit the bosses and stuff, and they can, like, carry you into the air. So that was another cool feature, the way that they did the two-player. It wasn't like old games where you gotta take turns, you know? And it meant that, you know, somebody could drop in, drop out, whatever, you know? Like if somebody suddenly decided, I don't feel like playing anymore, that didn't matter. So I also played a lot of Golden Axe when I was a kid, because I had a friend who had it. And I played Road Rash 2. That was fun. What is happening here? Oh god. This game does get a little chaotic sometimes. Alright, it's about 11:30. Oh. Well, I'll be damned. No, I didn't play High on Life yet. I heard it was supposed to be good. Yeah, they're the Rick and Morty guys. I don't like this special stage at all. Don't like this one, not one bit. Alright. Yeah, you gotta go to all these, like, different chambers, I guess, and then you gotta keep track of which blue spheres you got or didn't get. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to pick up during the Steam sale. I guess it just depends on what actually goes on sale and what's deck verified. Although deck verified doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because there's verified games that, like, yeah, they're playable on low settings at 720p at 30 FPS. You know? And then there are games that they say are not working, but they do. Like, you can totally play Persona 5 Strikers with the right version of Proton. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax I got working on there with no finagling. Oh, that was close. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, I just need one more. Okay. thought I could go in there. Okay. Just fine. What? See? I touched it the wrong way and it didn't like it. Alright. So, anywho. Oh, I can just continue right from there next time. Okay. As long as I don't load up something else. Yeah, and as I said before, story mode, you just play through all the games in chronological order. And you don't actually have to complete it to get the Platinum Trophy, and I've played each game individually because I just got stuck in Sonic CD and didn't want to keep playing it. And mirror mode and everything, so... Yeah. I gotta go to bed. It's 11:30 here. So, oh, Biomutant just got added to PlayStation Plus. It's not a great game, but hey, if you can get it for free, then give it a shot. And I streamed Horizon Forbidden West. That's definitely worth getting. I didn't cover Persona 5 Royal this month because this came out this is the PS4 version that came out a long time ago, so it got ported to the other platforms, and I'm glad that happened, but... and I was going to briefly just talk about the other game, The Quarry. As you can see, I don't even have it installed on here because I got to the end, and it was okay, and then I went back and replayed the final chapter and just kind of messed around with the choices to see if I could get a different ending, and it really wasn't any different, and I'm not sure that I'm going to play through that again. So The Quarry is not really a recommended game at this point. Then Axiom Verge 2 originally came out like last year or the year before, but it has since been updated for PS5, although it looks like identical. And I don't think there's anything else in here that came out this year. Neptunia versus Senran Kagura, yeah. That's an okay game if you like either of those series. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I might get God of War Ragnarok at some point. We'll see. Alright, so, thanks for watching, especially Visual Knight. And... oh, Ni no Kuni 2, it's much better than the first one, in my opinion. Yeah. I didn't like the first one that much, but Ni no Kuni 2 is pretty cool. Definitely worth playing. So anyways, I'm all set. Good night. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. Celebrate whatever you want. Okay, have a good night.